one tip would be to reduce founder entitlement, meaning expecting people to kind of like, because you're founder, like you've worked so hard that people just, they owe you something. I think that's one thing to kind of let go of. There's a bit of founder entitlement. And I understand because it's hard to create a company. You put your blood, sweat, and tears, your savings. But I think if you approach it that no one owes you anything, I think that will help you to come up with making your service or making yourself much better. Because if you're just resentful or like other people owe you stuff, that stops, the creativity in your mind. Like, how can you really create something awesome? If people aren't getting there, maybe it's your fault. Maybe you didn't communicate it enough. And so if you approach many things of it being your fault, even when it might kind of be your fault, I think it helps you become more creative. And then you'll try to solve it rather than depending on others. The second one is, I do think there's a lot of cool things happening. So like in Osaka, I think, you had ASA, and they created something called Starter Guild. And
we talked to Dwayne
Dwayne
last
as
week.
Well.
He was here. So.
Cool. So ASA and Dwayne has done a good job of us scaling or really making effort into the Osaka ecosystem. Because for me, dealing with Osaka for the podcast, it was a real thumbs down experience. They said,
Osaka as a city.
Yeah. I've contacted multiple departments, asked, hey, I want to interview Osaka, I want to promote Osaka. Only city in Japan.
That turned you down.
That turned me down.
So there's work to be done here in Osaka.
So I'm not sure if they've had negative experiences, but I'm just saying that I love Osaka. I've lived in Nara for 5 years. I went to Japanese school very close to here for 1 year. I used to speak Kansai Ben, and this is actually my favorite place in Japan, and I was very disappointed. But so there's that initiative there, and Tokyo, there's a lot going on. And also, if you're a university student, there's I think a lot of community efforts too. I think it's JVC or something, but there's a couple initiatives for Japanese and non-Japanese university students to get their feet wet in entrepreneurship and get started. So I think the resources is there. It's just one is, it's if just that business is a match for you or not, and finding what works for you. So it's compared to 10 years ago, there's nothing.